So this is a typical environment for Trello. If you, I don't know why I'm logged out of. So you basically want to sign in. When you sign in, you have access to the platform, and I should quickly go to I should quickly go to so this is more like this is Trello, task management. This is something I created some time ago. So depending on what you want to do, because of time, I might not be able to do a proper walkthrough of how each of this. So I mean, these are cards here on Trello. This this is one list. This is another list. This is another list. You can actually, so this I created this for social media, to create social media. So this is where the content will be. Uh, and these are the weekly posts. These are the posts that have been published. So for example, I mean, if this post has been done, you can move it here, and you can move it here, right? So depending on what you want to achieve, I'm sure you saw how I was moving it. So a task has been done, so you can move it. So this is published post. That means the task has been done. It has been published, right? But from the process of content creation to the process of content with the design, then to process of it's ready to be posted, then it's approved to be posted before it's now posted. So all those stages. So you can also design something similar for your business, depending on what you want to do, right? So you can create that process, or you just think of how many processes are involved in getting this task done. So you will discover that you will get more results, because sometimes in your head you feel that, oh, it's going to take a lot to get it done, right? But when you break down the processes that way, you're able to see that you can actually go over all those barriers and just, oh, if I get this done, oh, what's the blocker? What's the delay? Where is it taking time? So yeah, so you could just, okay, get what is needed for that place, so that you can go past that stage. So next is the finance. I mentioned that I also talk about finance. Finance, we have several tools that we could use to better our financials and bookkeeping. I will just talk about very simply Google Sheets. I'm sure we are all we you either you've heard about it, Google product. So I mentioned Google Meet before. So Google Sheets, or even as simple as Microsoft Excel, you can use it to manage um your finances. You can keep a sheet to track all your inflow and to track your outflow, your income, your expenses, and you are able to see, oh, how much did I spend each day, how much did I spend each week, how much did I spend each month. That's where you can properly manage your finances. Yesterday we talked about, one of the facilitators talked about financial management, right? So it will definitely help you go a long way in helping you keep track of how much you are spending and what you are spending on, so that at the end of the week or month you're able to say, oh, this is where my money is going to. You can, in fact, I mean, there's not enough time to do a walkthrough for us. So, but you can, in fact, do a percentage of what have you been spending on, and you can do a percentage of what area is taking more of your finances. So, right, so you can able to know how to probably stop spending so much here, and probably channel your funds here, because sometimes if you do not know where your money is going to or what you're spending that money for, you probably can't better manage those funds, right? So having them on a sheet. There's also Zoho Books, and I know that Zoho gives out some of these products for free. You can actually use some of them for free at certain levels. I mean, at the at the at the you can use some of these products for free. They have free version. There's also marketing. You also need some of these tools for marketing, tools like Canva. So I mean, I'm using Canva presently to make this presentation. I'm using Canva at the moment to do this presentation. So you can use Canva. Canva, you can use it to make your design. You can use it for your presentations. There's Meta Business Suite. Um, Meta Business Suite. Meta is the parent company of Facebook, Instagram, Threads, WhatsApp, right? So that's their parent. So if you have access to Meta Business Suite, you have access to all these platforms that I mentioned. You can actually create you can actually create an account, a business account for yourself, for your business on the Meta Business Suite and manage your business better there. So you can see almost the same experience you have on your WhatsApp business. You can also have the same on your Facebook Messenger, on your Instagram. So you can set up autoresponders, you can set up auto replies. So let's say somebody asks a basic question about your business, you can actually set up auto reply that can reply. You just automate and say, whenever somebody asks this question, just give this answer to this particular question. So you can actually do these things so that you are not manually there responding to every chat, right? There's some chats that sometimes you have already created it. You have already created the response to that question. So all you need to do is just pick it up and just reply. You have typed it out because there's some regular questions people ask like how much is this product, or where is your office located, or how can I reach out to you, or I mean several. It could there are no limitations to the questions, right? But there are some basic regular questions that customers will ask that you will need to probably create an auto reply to. You will probably have them typed and you just click on it and share whenever customers are asking. So a platform like MailChimp also helps you to manage um, your customer engagement. You can send emails to your customer. So instead of sending an email to everybody and everybody instead of sending an email to everybody and you are not able to personalize. So, for example, if you use a MailChimp, you can actually send hello, Oladipupo, hello, Isaac. So, with MailChimp, you can actually do that. With the regular email account like Gmail, it's limited. So, you have to manually send it to each person. So, let's say you want to send an
Of
email
course, I've
to
seen
100
that.
people, let's say you want to send an email to 100 persons at the same time, right? So it limits the experience for you. So you need a platform like this. So for automation and productivity, uh, I'm sorry I would have actually done a walkthrough, but I have limited time for this session. Um, so for automation and productivity, so tools like Zapier, Calendly. I'm sure you've heard about Calendly. Calendly, um, for example, you want people to reach out to you, right? And you can set up a calendar in such a way that people can know when you are free and when you are not. So when you are free, they can actually pick a slot and book ahead, right? When they book ahead, you can then have that conversation with that person. So it helps you to properly manage your time. Somebody won't just barge into you and just start calling you and start having a meeting with you when you are probably busy doing something productive for your business. So all these tools will help you. Google Workspace. I mean, there are a lot of tools in the Google Workspace, right? That can definitely help your business. Just that, not just Google Workspace. Yeah, there are also Microsoft tools. There are also Zoho tools. If you go to Zoho.com, a lot of tools that you can actually use for your business, right? They can actually, I mean, there are tools for social media, there are tools for marketing, there are tools for finance, there are tools for productivity enhancement that can actually help your business. So it's very important that we get used to these tools so that we can
Mm,
actually get,
mm,
um, save
mm.
more time for us, save more time for our business. There's something I did not
Mm.
mention here. I mean, I would, I mean,
Lots
probably
of
I'm probably because an oversight, right?
mm,
AI is another powerful tool that can actually help you. Who is speaking? Ineka, please kindly mute Ineka. Right. So AI will definitely be of great help to you. So you want to create, I mean, as simple as ChatGPT. Everybody is familiar with ChatGPT. All right. So let me do um, let me do ChatGPT. As simple as ChatGPT, you can actually use it for your business, and it can be a I mean, it can be a game changer for you. So let me show us something here. Let me show us something, yes, before I bring my session to a close. Just a simple, uh, so this is, sorry, I used, I'm trying to show us typical examples of using ChatGPT. Um, so not this. Okay, um, so you are a business owner. I'll just do this. Look at this picture here. So I got this picture from my wife. She runs a fashion design business. So I got this picture from my wife, and she wanted to create videos for TikTok, right? And I just added the picture here, and I said recreate this clothes design on a model with a plain off-white background. Look at what I got here. This is a model, something that you probably go and pay someone for, and tell them to wear your clothes, take them to a studio, take some shots. I mean, all those stuff. I mean, with just ChatGPT alone, although I'm using a paid version, I know that this is also available on the free version, although limited, but you can also almost have the same experience, right? So this is what the AI generated for me, and sorry. So so look at so I mean I said recreate with another model. I mean, it created another model for me. So imagine getting another human being to take the same picture. I mean, that's getting two persons. With just this AI alone, I'm able to do that. So I said change the posture for me. I told the AI to change the posture. This is the AI seated, right? And this is just for content creation alone. You can as well also use it for your financials. Create an invoice for me. You can as well also use it to create a social media post for me. You can as well use it for other things that, I mean, there's no limit to what you can use it for, right? And I saw a use case this week for ChatGPT that I mean I probably even the founders of the owners of the product would have not even thought about. And what was it? Somebody went to a library full of books, and she wanted a particular book. She just snapped it and told the AI, where is this book located? And the AI was able to tell her the exact position where the book was located. You know how libraries are, just see a shelf full of books, and you're trying to track a particular book, and you have to go manually one by one. But with the AI was able to pick and tell her the upper section of the shelf towards your right, you're going to see this book there. So that is using AI for your business. I mean, it will definitely go a long way in increasing your productivity as a business owner or as a startup. So I mean, because you have limited hands, right, and you need something that can be your assistant. In fact, um, the interesting thing is that beyond whether you're a business owner or not, even for me as a professional, I use AI every day. Every day, I tell my team members that uh, ChatGPT is my PA, my personal assistant, because I can put an information there and it's able to give me something. I mean, help me summarize this document. What are the important points in this document? I don't have to go through everything at that moment because I'm pressed with time and I need to just make a decision based on what I mean make a decision at the moment, right? Uh, so I use it and I mean beyond ChatGPT, there's Grok, there's Cloud, there's Perplexity. I mean, there are a lot of there are tons and tons and tons of AI. Almost every week you get to see a new AI. In fact, there's a website that is named there's an AI for this, something like that. So let me see if I got it. There is an AI for that. That's the name of the website. There's an AI for that. That's the name of the website. If you go there, you will see an AI that is available for almost anything you want. So just come here. There's an AI for that. That's the name of the website. So you type in anything you want here. So it will release, it will show you AIs that you can actually use for that particular. Um, I'm sure you also know that even for video creation, uh, okay, let me not go there now. So even for video creation, you can actually go there, search for a video that can actually, I mean, you search for an AI that can actually create videos for you, and you can actually use them for free. Some are free, some are paid. You can use the free versions, see which one works for you, then decide to either go and start using the paid version for your business. So choosing the right tools, you want to consider the affordability of the tool. Is it easy to use? Is it scalable? Does it integrate well for your business? So can you afford the tool? Some tools are expensive. They will do the work well, but they're expensive. But at the stage where you are in your business now, you might not be able to pay for them, right? So you just probably work with the free version. For example, ChatGPT has a free version, and that you can make use of. You can optimize. You can use your business. You can use the free version, while you can probably go up to start using the paid version when your business becomes better and you can afford that, right? And there are also other tools, not just ChatGPT. Google Meet is also free. Most of Google products are free to a certain extent. There's a like I think they run a freemium model. So when you want to use more tools, you have to start paying for. So I will end here by saying what you need, use what use what you need. So it's not about having 100 tools, right? You can just use five, and it can optimize your process for you, right? Sorry, then train your team, not just not just knowing how to use this product. Also train your team, people working with you. Make sure that they are able to use these products and tools well. Then you also want to pay attention to protecting your data. It's important that you protect your data. You are not going to feed in sensitive information about your business to an AI or to some of these online tools or platforms. Okay, for example, I know that you would have noticed that some of the tools I mentioned are online. I mean, there are also offline versions to some of them, right? You want to find them out and um, discover how you can actually use them. So it's important you protect your data and review to effectiveness as often as possible. I wrote quarterly here, but as often as possible. This tool I'm using, is it optimizing? Is it giving me the result I want? Can it be better? Can it be better? I mean, I try several tools online and I try to see which one is able to give me the best experience. I try to use the one that gives me the best experience so that I do not have to merge two tools at the same time. I know that if we might have questions. If you have questions, you can shoot me an email. You can reach out to me on WhatsApp. I know that a lot of us here I mean, I've had one-on-one contact with almost everyone in the bootcamp. So you have my WhatsApp number. You can always reach out to me at any point in time. Thank you so much for listening to me. I believe that you have picked one or two things that you can actually use to help your business productivity and get better results as you um, grow and manage your business. Thank you so much for listening. Uh, I will be taking one or two questions um, if there are any. Do we have questions or the sessions was quite explanatory, so you do not need any. Uh, okay, I will just assume that everybody learned and understood everything that was said.
Hello, sir. Okay, so my name is Akinshola Okweri. Thank you
Okay,
very much, sir, for this session. Actually, it's opened my eye to a lot of things. Um, one of the things that have actually been my concern, right, is the fact that uh is an issue of privacy because uh majorly any information you are probably putting into one application or the other, even if you type in something that has to do with management, the next thing you get to see ads pop up on your devices, where your emails are logged on. Maybe when you are browsing, you get to see ads. So my question is, will it be better to subscribe to a paid version of a software, or I know that I think some of them they are monthly now, like before, whereby you just pay as one off. But even be that as it may, is it advisable to still use the free versions, or look for like alternative to what's it called now, to some bookkeeping, like having to use what's it called, in terms of finance, having to use something like Excel for information and all those things. Is it still advisable for such sensitive thing to be handled with applications that does not require you to, have to log into website and input something, or we can and use only get a paid version so that you don't get your information being marketed by this organization. I don't know whether you get my question.
okay, I will try and answer your question. So because because I work professionally as a marketer. So whenever you come to my website, right, I know that you came to my website and I can send ads to you. So um, that's quite different from. I mean, it's just standard practice for marketers. I mean, because we want people who came to our website to keep remembering us, or you did not buy what you wanted to buy, you did not complete your order, you did not finish up what you were supposed to do. So we just keep sending you adverts. That's the essence of those ads. It doesn't in any way. It does not necessarily mean that um, your details have been taken or by those other platforms. in that sense. However, for whether you want to go for paid or free version, I think it's up to you as a business owner to decide. Can you afford it? I talked about affordability. That particular? Can you afford that particular tool or service that you want to? Uh, I know that some platform when you subscribe to when you start paying to who is kindly Bernard, kindly mute your mic. I know that when you subscribe to some platforms, they restrict ads from coming to you. If that's what you want, then that works for you. So you can actually just subscribe, and those ads will be limited, or they would actually actually stop. So
Thank you,
for
sir.
tools that you use for your basic operations, um, what the paid version will do for you is to give you more more leverage, right? The free version and the paid version are the same, but when you start using the paid version, for example, if you use a platform like if you use something like ChatGPT that I showed you earlier, so let's say you can do a maximum of 5 image creation in a day. With a paid version, you could probably do, let's say, up to 20. So you can actually undo more tasks, more responsibility, more features with the paid version, right? So that's where the paid version comes in handy. So if you think that, oh, the free version is not giving you what you actually want, you want to actually um, explore the route of the paid version. Um, I hope that answers your question, Akinshola.
Yes, sir. It actually answered it. Thank
Yeah. Okay, sure,
you
Emeko,
very
your hand is up.
much.
Okay, sir. Good morning, sir. Thank you for that wonderful section, sir. My question is also kind of similar to my brother's own, but in another dimension. When you mentioned that we should protect our data, and I remember early this year when we went for leaders retreat at the National Convention for the youth at Ajebo rather. So that was also mentioned in one of the section when somebody was presenting about digital how to scale on digital or use advantage of AI, something like that. So I just want to ask if you can just help us mention at least three things that are data that we should protect so that many of us can actually understand what you mean by protecting our data. Thank you, sir.
All right. So to protect your data, you want to. I remember I was at the session you mentioned earlier in the year, February. So to protect to protect your data. So let's say, for example, your company wants to release a product, and this product is not in the market yet. You then take the product requirement document. There's what is called PRD in product management. You take the document, then you put it into. You remember I said earlier that you want to summarize an information, you want to know the high point. So you take it and feed it into the AI, for example. When you feed it into the AI, what the AI does, the AI has gotten information already. So that information you've fed to it is a sensitive data that is only the company's product that should not be shared with other persons. But what happens is that the AI now has access to it and can now learn from it and can also produce the same information for someone else who is going to ask or prompt um, based on something similar to what you just did, right? So somebody asks about that particular product. The AI has the right to also produce that same information, because what AI does is just to regurgitate information from different places. So it's not like the AI is creating something unique of its own ability, of its own self, because it doesn't have that level of intelligence. So what it gathers is that it gathers information. It has been fed with a lot of information. So if you also feed your own information, that your information can also be shared with other agencies or other parties, right? So you want to be wary of doing that. When you're also putting in prompt into the AI, when you're also putting in prompt into the AI, you want to be careful of putting your business name. So let's say you want to create content, and you are working for a, let's say, a GT Bank, for example. A GT Bank is a top commercial bank in Nigeria. So you say create social media, create 10 days social media content for GT Bank and the likes. It already knows that this information is for GT Bank. It already knows GT Bank as an entity. Oh, this information is for this bank. So you want to just do it generic. You can say create social media, create a 5-day or 10-day social media content for a bank. You are not specific now. So you just know that it's a bank. That's a general, it can be any bank. But when you now put in your proprietary information, like the information that are unique to your brand, that's not good. That's not ideal. So such that you do not expose your bank, or that you are working for the bank, you do not expose your business um, information out there to third party. I mean, there are cases of companies that have sued OpenAI. OpenAI is the creators of ChatGPT for using their materials to train their AI, right? Because AI is trained, right? So they will go and take, let's say, newspaper content and feed the AI so that the AI gets knowledgeable about it. But that was not done with the consent, or the owners of those newspaper content did not give them that right, right? So they sued them because that's their information, belongs to them. They created those content, they generated those content themselves, right? So you can't just take it and just go and feed your AI and start making profit of it. So those are sensitive information that you want to be wary about sharing when dealing with some of these AIs online. I hope